if anyone knows me, they know that I'm a huge like Nintendo fan. I've always gotten it. Yeah, I'm like always getting the systems. I'm always playing the games. So this was like a huge thing for me.
Nice.
So I liked it.
It was like a Nintendo-gasm for you, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. Put that on the shirt.
This is Geek Off The Street, your go-to channel for all things from obscure geekdom to modern-day pop culture and everything else in between.
What's up, everybody? Hey. Oh, you hear this? It's a little fuller today. It's a little more voice.
There's extra, right?
Yeah.
Tell them why.
Because my name's Trent.
And I'm Mark.
And I'm RJ.
Hey!
He's back.
Back in the house, back in studio.
And this is the greatest podcast of all time called
Geek Off The Street.
Talk about geek culture, pop culture, whatever we want. And this week is no exception to that.
Amen, brother.
Because
Amen.
we're talking about
Preach.
this week. What are we talking about again?
The brand new, recent release came out on April 5th, I believe.
Yeah.
The brand
Couple
new
days ago.
Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, the brand new one.
Fresh. Still got that fresh movie smell.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. True that. True that.
Yeah, animated film,
Yeah, I bumped into RJ a little bit earlier today, and I saw, here. But I was coming from watching the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Damn. I tried sneaking in.
His house and was
He
like,
said,
finish the movie, didn't
but
you?
didn't you? Didn't have that guilty look on my face.
You guys at the movie theater?
No, here.
No,
Here.
yeah.
I was gonna try to get back and run in the house. And
I've been
be
here
like,
all day.
Yeah,
I watched it like last
Right.
week.
Busted. But yeah, it was a full house though. That was I hadn't seen that in the theater in a while.
Yeah, mine was pretty busy. I was actually in like a big theater, the IMAX or the Cinemax or Cine Theater, whatever it's called now. Each theater, each cup, not Cinemax,
Right?
but each theater has its own like IMAX theater. Like,
Supermax.
Sure. And the one that the Hawkins is like, it's called the Cine 6 or something like that. I don't know.
Cinnabon, right?
Whatever. And so I was in that theater. It was huge, but it was awesome. Big giant screen.
Yeah.
Reclining seats. That's all I care about is reclining seats.
There you go.
Big audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a big audience. Yeah.
Same.
So.
Yeah, same with me actually. I went to Corona Crossings,
Oh, okay.
and it was cheapest. Man, but yeah, Corona Crossings, man, don't ever change, like ever. Like,
No, I've seen
post pandemic,
movies there,
the prices are the same.
Nice.
Amazing.
Good for them. Keeping it. Good job, guys.
But yeah, a lot of people.
That's good. Yeah. I brought my centerpiece in today.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
only thing I had that was Mario related. Yeah, it sounds just like that. It's my piggy bank, so don't. Watch both of you guys.
So
I need some money.
This is the prize. If you watch the episode, you get the contents of the piggy bank.
Nah, we kind of need the content.
All 37 cents. It's all yours. Oh, sorry. Looks tight in here.
But now that we've brought attention.
Yeah, anyway, so let's
tell
get
us
into
about
our. So I've been thinking we're going to combine the first two segments.
Okay.
What are we drinking this week and how are we doing them?
Okay, nice.
Yeah, what are we
nice,
drinking?
nice.
How are we doing this week? That's what it's called.
So we can like kind of commiserate and
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
life
yeah.
sucks
So-
that we did this.
So I'm new to
Yeah.
the drinking portion
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
So
now we've been trying to have, sort of on-theme drinks.
yeah.
Yeah, somewhat.
We did it twice.
Yeah.
The second time probably, right? But yeah, so today we're doing patented Mario Luigi combos here.
Did you guys pick up on that?
you guys can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are you paying attention? Look
one
at this.
green,
Look at
one
this.
red. And the green one's taller.
Because
Bam.
of Yoshi. Luigi, guys. Come on.
Luke, come
And it
on.
was
Come on.
almost my idea, but not quite. We're not to get into that. Though.
But just how meta are we right
Yeah,
now? We're
yeah.
just blowing people's minds.
Right, exactly. But so this week, this drink is called the Green Wicked Witch.
Okay.
It's got a little vodka, blue curacao, orange juice, Sprite, and that's it.
And love.
And,
yeah. So there's that.
All right, so we're
Cheers, guys.
gonna find out what's up. Yeah, mix it up at home and drink with us, everybody.
That's all right, I guess. The orange juice was not fresh squeezed orange juice, which you called for, and the ice is melted. So
I'm trying to get down there to the
Yeah.
alcohol, actually.
Yeah, it's still not bad though. It's not bad.
I like it.
And the second one is just your run-of-the-mill Bloody Mary.
And cheers again.
We need a red drink.
Yeah, had a savory and salty.
It's for Mario. Yep, that's
not too bad.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, a little watery because the ice is melting, but it's all right.
It's all right.
We're working on getting ice.
It just means we got to drink it faster.
Yeah. So as we're enjoying these drinks, how are we doing this week? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks, Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing great now. I got 2 drinks in front of me. But no, been doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. Been working or trying to work on mono emotion.
Yeah.
And then also not having a good time at work.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I think I'm
joining the band right now.
Right? Beautiful.
So I beat you to it, Trent.
I was just going to talk about how shitty my work week was, but yeah.
Yeah, it actually isn't too bad. I won't go into too many details, but things could definitely be a lot better at work. And now I'm kind of going a little harder on trying to make mono emotion a thing.
Ah.
So I've been focusing a lot on that. And it hasn't been like work isn't the worst thing, but it's a good motivator to kind of continue doing what I'm doing with mono emotion.
Yeah.
And I have a client that's been helping me out and I've been doing really well with that. And yeah, other than that, spending more time with the family.
Right on.
Going to theaters, we went to the beach the other day. Yeah. So can't complain overall.
Cool.
Life is good.
Trent, you want to complain?
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Bring it over to the resident complainers. Yeah. No, I am not adjusting well to being back at my old building. It's a lot of work.
It's crap, yeah.
Pain in the ass. Yeah, I left that building for this reason, and it's all coming back full force. So, yeah, I'm also working my best and hardest to get out of there. So,
Keep doing that.
yeah, it's really tired of it. So, but yeah, other than that though, I had a pretty great week though because I did 2 awesome things this week.
Nice.
One, I went to Float State. I did my float.
Oh yeah,
the float. Yeah, the float therapy at Rosie's place.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What?
Nice.
The what?
The vlog?
Oh yeah, I did a vlog about it this week. Check out the vlog. Check it out.
There we go.
You were actually when did you post it? Like last night?
I posted it
late?
last night. Yeah, like
really
at 8 o'clock. I finished last night. Yeah, and the reason why I'll tell you why I was late doing it. But
you're floating.
Yeah, I went to go to the float therapy. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Rosie was on the show. Sorry, was on the show.
Rosie,
she talked about the Obi-Wan Kenobi episode.
Yeah, so she works at Float State. She wasn't there, but I was able to go. I did the float. It was cool, but it's a bit of an adjustment. It's kind of a different sensation than I thought. I thought I was just gonna lay in the water and fall asleep, but it's not quite that. It's kind of different. You have to have a different approach to it. Like you have to kind of really calm your mind. I went in there with like the expectation of like I'm going to
Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana, no stress, and then I'm gonna like in Dave season 2, I'm gonna like kill my ego and become a super
whole different
genius.
person.
Yeah, like a whole different person and unlock my potential.
You're just gonna cocoon yourself,
what I ended up doing was just like
blossom.
splashing around in the dark.
Wow.
I got to the point where I was just like spinning around in circles, and I was just trying to like. I don't know.
So the thing is that big where you can...
Yeah, it's big enough. Yeah, it's big enough to where you can spin. You'll spin around without hitting the walls. The one that I was in like one of the rooms. But I might do the actual tank next time, the way they actually close you into a tank, and you're like just in this tank.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was supposed to be.
They have both.
Okay.
They have both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a room with like water, and then there's another one.
How much was it?
It was I did the happy hour float, which is before noon.
Okay.
It was like $59 for an hour. So,
oh, cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
but Float State's super. It's like really like nice in there. It's like low light. There's like peaceful music. They give you tea and water afterwards if you want. You can hang out in the lounge and read and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
It's a nice place. Yeah. So they say you have to do it a couple of times though to really get used to it because like by the last 10 minutes or so.
Of course they will tell you to do that.
Yeah.
You gotta
but
come
like,
back.
by the last 10 minutes of the float, I started calming down and relaxing. Like, oh, I gotta kind of just give into it and like. Yeah, and it was fine, but then it was over. Yeah, so, so I need to come back and do it again a couple more times to kind of get used to it. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I was my back was hurting really bad too, and it still hurt that day. But the next day, I felt fine. So maybe there's some truth to that healing. I don't know, but
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then also the reason why my vlog was so late this week is because I went to go see John Mayer.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. He's doing this solo tour where he's just kind of playing acoustic. Like still by himself on stage, but but he picked up the electric guitar a few times and he shredded pretty hard, man. He's like one of the best guitarists, like I think personally, and like my favorite guitarist personally.
Yeah,
I think in terms of just like modern, like great guitarists.
Yeah.
In our I guess generation.
Right. Yeah.
It would be John Mayer would be
exactly. Yeah. His and this is getting kind of nerdy, but his fretboard knowledge and efficiency is crazy. His knowledge of the guitar is insane. He's like a genius when it comes to guitar. So his concert is probably the best show I've seen. I think, if not one of the best shows I've seen.
That's cool.
It was so good, man.
And he saw Elton John.
And I saw Elton John. Yeah.
And he did both without us.
Yeah, right? What's up with that?
Well,
we like both of those artists too. So that's crazy.
To be fair, though,
that is nuts.
To be fair, Elton John's 75. This final show, he doesn't have the range he used to. He doesn't, he doesn't have the. He's not as,
energetic.
Spritzy. Is that the right word? No, he's just not. He's not as he's not young anymore. So he's still good, but he's not young anymore. You know what I mean? But John Mayer is still early 40s, and vocals ability, his guitar playing, and his songwriting is phenomenal.
Right on.
So I was like,
There's some ageism in there, but that's not the point.
I'm saying old people can do.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not sitting here.
I'm here for you, Mark.
I feel like
it turned it on me. Okay.
I'm just saying, Mark. I saw them both play, and if you were to compare the two, just skill wise, it's different. It's very different, and one's older, one's a lot older. But and I'm not sure how well you know John Mayer or his music.
I'm familiar. I know of him.
But
I've heard of his violin playing. It's
I'm
pretty
not
good.
I'm not like a John Mayer. I don't really love his albums, all of his albums. A couple of them are really good, but it's his live ability, his live playing, and his blues guitar playing is incredible.
Right on.
So yeah,
right on. Cool.
But yeah. What was your week, Mark?
My week was terrible. We had a potluck at work today, or a couple days ago, and it was delicious.
Ugh, I hate when
So that was it for me. Yeah,
It must be nice.
Work week was good. It was very busy. We had a lot going on. We had a big thing we were doing, so it made the week go by fast. So no complaints there. But yeah, it was good. No complaints, man. No complaints. Just working and plugging away.
Must be nice. Not complaining.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Someone's got to.
Yeah.
Someone's got to. Not to. Someone's got to not to.
But since RJ missed out a couple weeks ago, and I prepared some birthday gifts for him.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. It was my birthday a couple
Happy
weeks ago.
belated, sir. It was RJ's birthday, everybody.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I got you something that you desperately love and need.
Oh, Trent, you got a heart of gold.
I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys.
I trust him.
Coffee maker.
What? You must love coffee, sir.
Because I love coffee. You can't go a day without coffee.
I don't know about this one, guys. The thing is that it's very nice. And I don't drink a lot of coffee, so
or any
coffee.
You don't even like the taste of coffee, right?
So I think I'm gonna just try to drink coffee.
There you go. Thanks. You got to put this little bit of context. When it was our birthday, a couple months ago now. RJ, he got us a nice gift, but he also got us a screw you gift.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, though, I tried to.
So this is a screw you gift
because RJ put in he got a screw you gift, but it's still is a pop figure of Thor and the DVD of Thor Ragnarok. I hate him, but it's still in the realm.
Yeah.
I had to go above and beyond. I need to get something that's
there's nothing geek related.
Yeah, not geek related.
Mr. Coffee.
Nothing good about it, and you don't like coffee.
Yeah.
So I literally went and bought an appliance. So for your birthday. Yeah.
So thanks.
And I assume your wife drinks coffee, but she already has a coffee maker, right?
She does.
And so this is probably a cheaper coffee maker than the one that you guys.
So this is
have.
just a box.
So it's literally
this is a box for me to have.
Yeah, my girlfriend was like, "Why would you buy something that useless?" It's like, you don't understand.
You just sold it right now.
That's right.
Thank you.
To prove my point.
That was good. That was good.
I also bought you an iPhone charger, but I forgot it at home though.
He kept it.
As you know, RJ's an Android user, so I bought you an iPhone charger.
Well, that would.
Yeah, but I forgot it at home though.
Good.
So I guess it's my charger now. So, but yeah.
Oh man, thanks, man.
I find you a gift that I was actually trying that you actually like, but I just got you this full size version of Huck #1. the artist proof edition, and I thought I wasn't sure if you liked Raphael Albuquerque, but
Yeah, no.
I think he's a pretty good artist.
And this big, I'm a huge fan of this the giant comic thing. Mm-hmm. Ever since I saw the one that you brought last one. Yeah. So this is nuts, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Oh man, yeah. I'm not even gonna ruin it for myself right now. I'm gonna read it and.
Well, you're not even gonna read. You're just gonna look at the pictures as you do.
Yes. I don't know what I'll piece it together later.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Appreciate
You
it.
move it or you got it?
I'll put it right here.
Perfect.
Right next to my coffee.
Coffee maker. Moving some no problem, man. Yeah, okay. Glad you enjoy the coffee maker. So I actually saw an X-Men coffee maker at the comic book shop that I was at. And I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I was like, that's still a little too good though, because like at least it's X-Men. I
like that.
I was like, nah, I need that. So that's was like,
you had to go all in on the troll.
Yeah,
troll bit.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So
appreciate that.
You're welcome. So some shouts then.
Let's do some shout
Got
outs.
a couple new followers on Instagram that I'd like to shout out.
Shout them out.
We got a couple here. Diego.social.
Nice. Thank you, Diego.
Oh, that's
Somebody you know?
Yeah, that's Diego. Shout out to Diego. Went to school together at AI.
Oh, okay.
I was a big fan of his animation work. And then me and him will go back and forth and kind of look at each other's animations. I believe he's working at, I want to say, Hulu?
Oh,
Right?
really?
I think
Nice.
he's working at Hulu.
okay.
He's been doing some animation. He also does motion design or animations.
Nice.
So, really cool cat, man.
Oh,
really
sweet.
Cool, so,
Well, thanks,
appreciate
Diego.
that, Diego.
Appreciate it, man.
Right on.
Angel Silva,
Oh, yes.
another one.
Yes.
We all went
Thank
to
you,
school with Angel back in the day.
Yep, and
Yeah.
he's family.
Oh yeah. Now you're related to him, kind of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then digizoom.pasto. I don't know if that's a real profile though, so I rescind
We'll give
that
it
one.
to you.
Just,
We'll let
just
you
say,
have it.
just say it is and keep on.
Yeah.
And and yeah, that's gonna be it. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, so
appreciate
thanks.
all the new ones.
Yeah, Diego and Angel.
Angel, yeah, thanks for
Appreciate
checking
you
out.
guys.
And thanks for liking our reels as well. We're putting those up as much as we can. It's tough to do, but
Right
we are doing it.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, is it time?
We done with shoutouts?
We're done with
done
shout outs.
with
You
Bloody
can
Mary, too.
continue with the GoFundMe for the dog,
For
Yes.
for Maddie.
Maddie, yeah.
I just remember seeing that. I just posted it on Facebook today.
Nice. Appreciate it.
for sure.
Donated. So yeah, you guys go do that, please.
And you won't go to hell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a guarantee from Mark.
Guaranteed.
We got the pass.
All right.
Don't go to hell pass.
Let's get into some Mario. Let's get into some Mario here. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't think there's much to say about Super Mario. If you don't know who or what or where Super Mario came from, I don't know.
yeah,
you might be
You're
you
gonna
might,
have to
you might be
Google
2
it.
years old, and even then, a 2-year-old might.
Probably still knows something.
Yeah, something about it. Yeah, but yeah. So this was the an animated film that came out through Illumination, which is
Brought us
Minions.
Minions.
Despicable Me. The
Yeah.
most important.
Secret Life,
Sing movies.
Oh,
Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, all those animated movies.
All the greats.
of that era. Yeah, or of that. I mean, of that company.
Yeah.
Animations.
Yeah, and that's that. Yeah, that's who created it, produced it,
You put it
made
out, right?
Whatever,
Yeah.
put it out.
Got the rights
Yeah,
to do
and
it.
I think they teamed up with Nintendo on it.
Yeah.
Right.
To put this to do this movie, this animated movie.
Right. Yeah, I think they were definitely a little gun shy after that. The original Super Mario Brothers movie came out back
With,
in the 90s.
Leguizamo?
Yeah, with Don Leguizamo and can't remember the other guy's name, but yeah,
The one that
it-
wasn't even about like even closely
It
related.
was so
to
it was
Mario,
so
right?
off kilter.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, so that's the good thing about this movie. At least it stays very true to. I mean, as much as you can to those video games, all of them that have been out there.
Feels
you know.
very in that world.
It
This would
yeah.
exist in the world of what we know about Mario.
Exactly.
Mario.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
weren't
I
trying
think-
to force the characters into some other fit.
Yeah.
I think they were just making a movie, and it's using elements of Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
But
of
then
all the Mario
to be-
Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, they didn't really have anything to work with, right? Because it was in, I believe that was the early 90s.
Yeah, it was like 93, I want to say.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they really didn't have any material.
Yeah,
whereas,
I mean, there wasn't. As time has gone by, there's been more, like you were saying, there's more material to draw from, to work with, and expand on, kind of thing.
So we get it, but also, I mean, I know it's like a quote unquote cult classic, right? Is it considered a cult classic?
I don't even know if it's considered a cult classic. I don't think it, because normally like a cult classic, there's like some sort of following for it. You know what I mean? There's some people that like it and enjoy it.
But I feel like
I don't think they're. I mean, I could be wrong, but from my knowledge, it doesn't even have that kind of following. There's nobody that secretly loves this movie, or there are pockets of people that like that movie.
I've been seeing people who have been like saying that, oh yeah, that movie was great. It's the movie I grew up with. And I'm like, yo, I grew up with that movie too, man. No. No. I was a kid and I knew it was a bad movie. When you're a kid, you know something is bad.
Yeah, that means
that's a bad movie.
That's your sign.
But I did enjoy it when I was a kid too. Watched it a lot. Yeah. And
I'm sure, when you're a kid, you do that kind of thing. But I just don't know, because typically, like, there's some sort of carryover. You know what I mean? Like you love it and you remember it for whatever reason, and there's more other people that are out there that love it and they talk about it. But that first movie, it wasn't great, unfortunately. So this one is definitely, like we were saying, is truer to, the games and all the content and everything that's out there now. So
for sure. And some very famous actors,
a lot of voice actors.
Jack Black.
Jack Black,
right?
Name one.
Chris Pratt,
half of Tenacious D. Oh yeah,
half of Tenacious D.
Chris Pratt, he played Mario. Charlie Day played Luigi.
That was cool.
Love Charlie Day.
Charlie Day.
Everything he does. Do you know Sebastian Maniscalco was in it?
I didn't realize it at first until I started reading it, but I love Sebastian Maniscalco. His stand-up comedy to me is hilarious, and he's got a movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was in the trailers. I don't know how excited I am to see that movie. Unfortunately, it looks like it's your typical, Meet the Fockers kind of situation where fish out of water.
Is that that's the Robert De Niro?
Yeah, playing the dad, right?
Yeah. But so literally, so literally Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. But like I said, I do like Sebastian Maniscalco, so I'll probably try to watch it just for whatever reason. I'm sure someone's been trying to find some vehicle to put him in because he's got a lot of comedy specials. I'm surprised he doesn't have a TV series or whatever, so maybe he's trying to do the movie route. He's popped up in a couple movies here and there, playing some sort of, maybe someone this, with the mob or some sort of Italian character. So we'll see. But I did not know that was him.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a good point. A lot of the voice actors, I thought, did a really good job in this role.
I think one for me was, who I didn't like was Princess Peach. Wasn't a big fan. But everyone else.
That's interesting too, because I wasn't, of all of them, I wasn't super impressed with her as well.
Yeah. I think she stood out the most.
As being like just kind of there,
like bland,
a
little bit,
and the actress is cool. Anya
Taylor, Taylor-Joy,
that's
she was in Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
Queen's Gambit. I think she was in the New Mutant movie.
Yeah, she played Magic.
Yes. That's a great character. Magic.
Yeah.
We can talk about that movie another day. But it's a great character.
But so a lot of people in the movie. Written by Matthew Fogel. He's who is of Minions and Lego Movie fame.
Okay.
And then directed by
the first Lego movie?
Second Lego movie,
Second Lego movie.
Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelinek, Pierre Ledoux, and Fabian Polak.
It's Pierre Ledoux.
Sorry.
Oh.
A lot of directors for whatever reason. But I imagine, animation is different. I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's different because of, Nintendo's very, very cautious about the way they have their property. So maybe they fired people, hired somebody else.
Ooh, that'd be weird.
I know that would be weird.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm just saying.
Because it could be like there. I mean, I imagine there could be a situation where there's an animation director and then like a voice actor.
I was gonna say, maybe it's something like for the characters, maybe for like some of the
No, you're right.
Some of the action scenes, maybe they did something different, or maybe some of the high end graphics, maybe.
Yeah, because like some people, I imagine if you're good at directing talent, that doesn't mean you know how to direct an animation team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so
it could be it. Forgot to shout out the original voice actor for Mario was also in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you guys want to take a guess?
I'm assuming he was the.
He had a cameo.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Guy playing in an arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was that Mario, right?
Okay, gotcha. He looked like
Or he
him.
looked like. Yeah, I thought that was cool that he looked. Yeah, he looked like him.
And then he shows up for
at the end too.
At the end, yeah.
At the end. Yeah. So I thought that was
and they put him in there very well too, because it was like, are you sure we should talk like this? And he's like, yeah, it's great. He's like, he's all thumbs up to
definitely
for how they were talking in their little commercial, and the commercial was funny.
Yeah,
and I love they had the theme song that they kind of had in that.
Yeah,
was from the Mario Brothers TV show they had back in the day. Because when they started doing it, I started like singing along with it. You get hooked on the brothers. It was so dumb.
Yeah, the Mario rap, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the actress was the what's her name? Paulina. Which is the first character that Mario saves in the first game. The Donkey
that's
Kong.
a good point. Yeah, because it wasn't Princess Peach. It was was it Paulina?
I think so.
Polly? I don't remember what that chick's name was in Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so wow. I don't remember right now. That's crazy. But interesting. Yeah, so a lot of good. Well, RJ is checking out on that.
Little Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of Easter eggs. Pauline.
We were
okay.
close.
Yeah. Something with the P.
Yeah.
We knew she was female.
So should we just get right into what we like?
Identified as. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. What did you say?
Should we just get right into what we like then?
Yeah, please.
Go into that. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll go first. The movie was fun. I really enjoyed it. From a fun perspective.
Yeah.
And the movie was made for kids in a lot of ways. It was a kids movie, but
people forget.
Had a lot of people forget, but it had a lot of references for people that are fans of the games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you've been playing it for a long time, like I imagine we have. So I loved that they put they put in a lot of there was care put into the like the fan service and the world building, because like there are things that I noticed, like a great example was when they're on the Rainbow Road. And like Mario starts like doing the drifting, and then he gets the boost and drifts and boosts.
Yeah.
Like that's straight from the game.
And then he gets the pink one.
Yeah, exactly.
The really good boost.
The really good boost. Yeah, exactly.
Gets off
the longer drift boost. And exactly. So I was like, that's what you do when you're playing the game. That's like, if you're really a fan of these games, you would get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started noticing a lot of those kind of things like this. So it was clear that the people that put the movie together were either fans or they did their research on what were things in the game people like the fans enjoyed.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff I think was really well done. And the scene with like him and Donkey Kong when they're trying to get up to the top of the castle, like that, it felt like the side-scrolling game. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways. And those kind of things like just made you think of the game. And it was like they're really honest and like faithful like areas of fan service, I guess. Like it didn't seem like it was too nostalgia driven. It wasn't like heavy handed. It accompanied it really well, I think.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the theater. I kind of caught chuckling at certain parts like that. Those little Easter eggs, those little nods. It just random things. Like I have not played Mario Kart. I apologize. I've not played Mario Kart.
We'll fix that.
Yeah, right. No, I get it. I need to be fixed. But I know about the blue shell, and I did like that scene. Where they're on the their little pathway, and that blue shell guy commits seppuku and he goes after. I thought that was a cool way to introduce the blue shell,
right?
And then he's like, I'm going all that was cool. And there were a lot of those little moments that I didn't get.
Yeah,
because I'm not familiar with all the things like you were saying, but a lot of people clearly did.
They got it,
and they kind of laughed and chuckled about it.
Yeah, even and when he's fighting Donkey Kong the first time, and he gets that first power up, and it's the small mushroom. Yeah, and I was like, oh no, not the small mushroom. And then my girlfriend was there, and she's like, what are you talking about right now? And then I was like, she's like, what's gonna happen? And then he shrinks. I was like, what's gonna happen? Yeah, I was like, no. Yeah, so and I like that we were learning along with Mario. Like Mario also didn't know what was going on. He had to kind of learn along the way. So
the hard way, right?
Yeah.
It was good. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm a huge like Nintendo fan. I've
Big
always
time,
gone. I'm like always getting the systems. I'm always playing the games. So this was like a huge thing for me.
Nice.
So I liked it.
It was like a Nintendo-gasm for you, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. Put that on the shirt. Print that. But I mainly went because I wanted to see how my kids would feel about it, right? And they loved it.
Yeah, that's cool.
They
That's
loved.
cool. I was going to ask you that too.
All the moments, and it was the same thing. Like they were like, "Oh, that's from the Mario Kart game."
Nice.
Oh, that's from this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from that.
That's
so
cool.
they're
And they're
pointing
small.
those
They're
things out.
young too.
Yeah,
They're not like
so-
teenagers and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, exactly. So 6 and 10. My 10-year-old freaking loved it. She was just like on the edge of her seat, just wanting to know what was going on.
Yeah.
nice.
So it was cool. And I was just like pointing certain things out or noticing certain things. So I liked how we could have that dynamic. I love the animation in it, especially like during Mario's training.
Oh, yeah.
His little training session. I like that it was a lot of like 80 songs, right?
A lot of 80 songs are
A
in
lot
this
of
thing,
80
yeah.
songs,
Yeah.
which is around the time that it was made. So I was like kind of connecting that. I was like, oh, okay. And they would do it. They would have that. I love the Mario Kart scene. And I actually didn't mind the voices so much. I thought I was going to hate it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was like, man, I don't really like the trailer. Not too big of a fan of Chris Pratt being Mario. But it worked out.
I thought I agree. It worked out well.
And I thought it was smart for them to start with the commercial and having them with the voices.
Yeah.
So they're able to do it.
You kind of take that negative or whatever,
exactly.
you take it away immediately.
Yeah, that
somebody
8
might
Mile.
complain or do whatever.
The whole 8 Mile thing, right? They start
own it and
introduce it. They know that they can do the voices, and then they have like an explanation as to why they don't.
Yeah,
they're these
It was
Italians in
perfect.
Brooklyn.
Tons in New York,
In New York. So it's like they don't speak like that.
Exactly. I was talking to Mark last week before we were deciding if we were gonna be okay with it, and I immediately was like, I don't want to hear, oh, let's go fight the Bowser. The whole
entire
movie. I'd be like, I can't do it. I can't like Mario in the games with his like he says one or two things throughout the whole, especially like Nintendo 64 one. He says a couple of words here and there, and like that's enough. That's plenty. I don't need to have a whole dialogue with the guy in that voice. So like I was totally cool with when they announced it. I was like, oh, okay, he's not gonna have that voice. Good.
And they do that too in the game, or I'm sorry, in the movie. Where like once in a while to be like, oh, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they still like they
go,
pay some respect. They pay some homage to the source material.
Yeah.
But I agreed.
So overall, I think for positives, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was a fun movie.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I enjoyed it all, man. For the most part, I enjoyed it all the way through. I mean, there was we'll get into that later, but like I had a fun time watching it.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think one of my other likes, and this is I don't want to say it's a given, pretty obvious, is the artwork, the animation in it was fantastic. My biggest regret is that I did not watch this movie in 3D because I feel like it would have been great to watch in 3D.
I didn't think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was planning on that, but when I actually saw it, so time was not on my side. So. But the artwork was fantastic. Like when they're on when they're on the Rainbow Bridge, to Asgard,
Rainbow Road, guy.
Come on, buddy,
come on, play a Mario Kart,
buddy.
Rainbow Street,
whatever,
same thing.
Rainbow Boulevard. So that was it. The animation throughout the whole thing was fantastic. It looked great. So between the voice actors, I thought did a great job. Like with Charlie Day, I love Charlie Day. Sometimes his voice, especially here for a long time, can get grating. I mean, the guy is hilarious. He's one of the funniest guys ever.
Specific
his voice is so unique. It's fantastic. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose because he definitely toned it down for this, which I thought was good because that's what this movie needed. I think it was good that he kind of melded out. So the voice acting was great.
He's a professional actor. He changed up a little bit. But I was listening to a podcast with him on it, and he was talking. I think it was like a Justin Long podcast. One of the podcasts, he was getting interviewed, and he's like, for the longest time, I didn't realize I had an annoying voice. And then it was told to me.
Yeah, you don't really hear your voice. Yeah.
So, but
but it's not annoying. It's super unique.
It's just very distinct.
It's very distinct. And I would imagine maybe after a while of hearing nothing but that, it could be kind of grating. But He did a great job. And then when Luigi kind of shows up in the world, like that was that kind of a Luigi's castle or Luigi's mansion?
Yeah.
Was that kind of a little bit or kind of not so much?
I felt the connection a little bit. I played a couple of his. I love Luigi Mansion games. They're fun. And that felt a lot like that. Like, this is a precursor.
Him being in a like a creepy environment by himself.
Yeah, and
he's
like,
always scared.
Yeah.
So it was like a homage kind of to Luigi's Mansion.
Have you seen that Luigi that T-shirt or that meme where it's like him up against the wall and then like one of the plants has a mouth that's opened up and then there's a mouth coming out
like
aliens, dude. It's gold. I want to get that shirt. It's so cool.
Awesome.
And he's like just pressed up against the freaking out. It is so awesome. I saw it. I was like, and I've never played Luigi's Mansion, but I got it immediately, and I was like, oh, that is awesome. That is gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, animation though, it was great. I think watching this movie in 3D and maybe even on something would be would be a great way to watch this movie.
Fun. Yeah, it was fun. Bowser was fun.
Yeah.
You know, Jack Black.
Yeah, I knew it was Jack Black, but he did a really good job of like changing his voice.
Again, the voice actors did a fantastic job.
But then when he started singing, I was like, "That's Jack Black."
Exactly. Yeah, he couldn't hide that. He couldn't hide that.
I think they might have like tweaked their voices. Him and is it Key?
Yeah, he was Toad.
Keegan-Michael.
Yeah,
Toad. I did not recognize him.
I was trying to figure out who he was.
I did not recognize that for squat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For both of them, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
but I think it goes back to what you said. They're all talented. I think they're
professional
pretty
actors.
talented. Yeah, they're professional.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like they didn't bug me. It was a really smart move to not have a lot of the voice acting in the trailers because they would have
people were gonna prejudge it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good call.
Based on
And from what I'm seeing so far, a lot of the audience have been liking it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get into that later, I suppose. But the Rotten Tomato score, the audience score, is pretty high.
Pretty high. Okay,
really?
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know. It was cool for me because I enjoy like actors and their and seeing their different abilities. But when I knew who it was, like I would laugh even more because like as soon as I heard Charlie, I was like, "Oh, that's Charlie." And then like with Donkey Kong when he starts laughing, it's like
yeah.
Jess was saying the same thing. She was like, "Oh, who is that?" And then when she
started laughing, I was like, "That's
right." But see, again, that goes into what we've all been saying already is how good those voice actors were because for a while with Donkey Kong, I did not hear Seth Rogen in there. Not until like there's those little moments where he laughed or he chuckled or he did whatever when Jack Black was singing. I didn't hear that until those certain moments where it popped up.
Yeah.
So again, I thought, man, they did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think they did good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Any last positives you guys have?
Positives? Not for me. I think those were the big ones. I think animation and the actors I thought did a great job.
All right, and how some negatives then?
Well, some Easter eggs too. The Easter eggs were cool.
Easter eggs were awesome.
That's always cool.
Yeah, I love the references, man. I was like, oh, there's that. Oh, that's that. I loved doing that, especially when they just blow out onto Rainbow Road, and I was like, oh, it's Rainbow Road. And my girlfriend's like, what's that? That was Rainbow Road. And I was like, oh.
You mean the Rainbow Bridge?
Yeah. So but yeah, I loved all the references, man. All the stuff, and then like even like there's one scene where Yoshi runs by. Or the flock of, or the herd of Yoshi runs by, and then one of them stops and looks back. I was like, "Oh, Yoshi!" And then I forgot that Yoshi's a big part of it, and then you see him for a second, and I forgot again. I was like, "Oh, yeah, where was Yoshi the whole time?"
But you saw the
post credit,
there's a post credit or whatever you want to call it, right?
So
negatives. Let me start off. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't care for this movie too much.
Oh, really?
I'm glad you guys were liking it. And I think a lot of people are going to like it. When I'm watching a movie and I start to kind of squirm in my seat kind of thing, it's not even like I know I'm annoyed. I'm feeling annoyed in my body.
Yeah.
So I was, I wouldn't have got up and left, but I was not feeling this movie. I hate to say it. Yeah, I really wasn't. And I couldn't even say why. I know a lot of the scenes to me that just kind of felt like they were scenes and they were just there. I didn't feel I guess the connection, I suppose, all the way through from like scene to scene to scene. I feel like sometimes like they just kind of threw this scene in there, then something else would happen and they threw in another scene. Yeah, I was really, disappointed is not the right word, but I wasn't excited or happy to see it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, there are movies, especially when it comes to an animated movie, there are movies that are made for kids. There are movies that are made for kids that the adults can watch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't think you typically have too many animated, adult movies, so to speak. Getting out of anime or whatever. But with this one in particular, like there are some good animated movies that kids and adults can watch. I think like the first 2 Madagascar movies were hilarious. Kids could watch that and have a good time. Adults could watch that and have a good time.
Shrek.
Yeah, exactly. The Shrek movies. Those were great that both could watch. This movie felt like it was definitely more for kids. Like I said, the storyline, I don't know. I really wasn't impressed with a lot of it. I did like some of Mario's his progression, I suppose. His character, how he had to, kind of get better and get better. I didn't care for the end, the big anime, now more powerful than everybody kind of ending of it. That didn't do anything for me. So
with the star.
Yeah, when they got the star. I mean, I know how the star works. I get that. I don't know. I wasn't feeling just the whole invincible aspect of them just beating the crap out of everything.
Yeah, that's a interesting take because from your perspective, you haven't played as many Mario games.
Yeah, I played the original.
Are you a Super Mario fan?
I don't know if I would. I played the first one. I think I played some of like Super Mario 2 and 3, I want to say.
I think 3's a classic too.
Yeah, I think the last one I really, really played was like maybe like the raccoon suit. So that was like, I don't know, back in the 90s. Right? Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah. I completely
there's a lot of references like that go back to the more recent ones.
Yeah,
like with the ice flower and
right.
The
like
cat.
The ice flower was new to me, and the cat was new to me. I think we were talking about that.
That was semi-recent, right?
Yeah, that was pretty recent
about,
from what you were saying.
What is it? 3D World. I believe.
Yeah,
that's one of those first
so the
introduced.
ice flower, that was completely new to me. I never saw that before. I'm like, an ice flower, like holy shit. Clearly, I am out of the loop. I admit that. I guess my only thing would be, is that enough to carry the movie that you see these cool little Easter eggs and these cool little nods?
Yeah. I think it comes down. That's exactly what it is. I think it comes down to how much you enjoy Super Mario as a fan. I think because I think me and RJ are a little more of that generation. Like I grew up with Super Mario and so did you, right? And I've been playing. I played all the way through. I played the N64. I didn't have an N64. I still found a way to play it. The N64 version. And then also everything on the Wii. I played Galaxy 2, and then everything on the Switch, the Wii U. I played with you on the Wii U one. Yeah. And I've been a Mario fan for a long time, and all these references just felt like I was in the game. Like
and that was enough to carry the movie for you.
Yeah, I loved it because I love those references because how much I love Super Mario. Like every single Super Mario game that comes out, I have to get it because I love Super Mario. Even if it's some are better than others, obviously, but like I'm not that I think Mario is like the best game ever or it's like best character ever, any of that kind of stuff. But it's just it's like a thing for me that I have to do. I have to buy the next big Mario game on the platform.
It's their leading title. It's Nintendo's Batman. It's Nintendo's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like that's whenever there's a issue number 1 for Spider-Man, everyone's getting it. Right. Everyone's getting a Batman number 1, no matter what. Yeah, they don't even read Batman or Spider-Man anymore. They're getting it. Yeah, and it's the same with it. And anytime there's a Mario, you're getting a game. Even if you don't play it. Every time, even Link or Zelda, every time there's a Zelda game, people are getting it. Yeah, but I do agree that the story was not strong because because as I'm sitting there enjoying it and having fun, I'm also thinking about it like, where's this going? Like, how is this? How did this connect to that? That was weird. Yeah, like I'm still I have those, but those are in the back of my head. Sure. Because I'm so busy. Like I'm having fun with this movie with my kids, But yeah, no, I get exactly what you're talking about. Like,
yeah, no,
there's a
100%.
lot of-
Like from removed from it, like I'll just say my main negative was that how they try to tie into the very the very end. Other than the fight scene, I was cool with the start because that's the most powerful thing in the game, right? So you can't they're not going to use it throughout the whole show or throughout the whole movie. You got to use it at the end,
Right.
So that makes sense for the movie, for the narrative, I think, for the progression. But that end scene where they're fighting in New York, and then like everybody comes out and is like clapping, like, "Yeah, you're a hero!" Like, "Hey, that's my boy!"
Right.
Like, what are you proud of him for? You don't even know what the fuck just happened. Right? How do you even know what's going on? And so like that took me way out. I was like, "Why?" And then the whole like, "Oh, I want my dad to be proud of me." Like that was not strong at all. It could have been a good idea, but it wasn't strong throughout the whole storyline. So I agree with you from story point of view. Yeah, not great. But like for me, because of how much of a fan I am of Mario in the games, that was plenty to carry over. It was plenty enough. It was clear that they leaned on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
More so than telling a really good story. You know what I mean? And yeah, no, I thought.
No, that's cool. Sorry, man. I started talking. I was kind of cutting you off. I apologize.
No.
No, that's cool, and I get that. And I realize that I've been out of the Mario loop.
But this is a good perspective, though. Like for you to see it like this and be like, well, I don't. Why? Why are these things happening?
Yeah, and the cool thing is, I realized that there were a lot of things that I didn't get when I heard people kind of chuckling or kind of you could hear them noticing certain things. I think there was a part where Toad is taking Mario to see the princess. Spoilers, everybody. Taking her to an hour in, taking him to see the princess, and he was trying to go through the tubes, and he was getting lost, and he was popping up someplace else, and little dials were changing different colors or different. They're turning to an X, turning into a circle or whatever. I got the impression that was kind of part of a game at some point, or I mean, I don't know.
I believe it's like is it 3D World? Yeah,
it seems like it probably would have been something more along those lines. I mean, I can respect that there is a lot of, for lack of a better term, there's a lot of lore with Super Mario or with Mario Brothers or whatever. I just feel like, I mean, I've seen things where there's been a lot of lore, or not even necessarily a lot of lore, but it might have some sort of nostalgic sense. For me, and sometimes that's not enough for me to give that movie a thumbs up. Kind of thing.
I think you have to find a balance in introducing new people, because the assumption I think is like everyone knows who Mario is. Everyone's played the game, so everyone's gonna love it. But you have to find a way to introduce a new audience into it while catering to the fans or the super fans, And I mean, I think how Trent said it, they leaned heavily on all those things. So it was like
it's probably catered more towards kids / their dads or their parents, who are the fans of Mario.
Then bringing in new people.
And see, the thing is, I get the movie being a kid movie, just like a straight up kid movie, not even like because I didn't think the humor was great in it. Like I don't remember. I'm assuming I laughed at some point. I laughed once.
Yeah, I think I laughed at the dog scene in the beginning.
Oh, the dog was kind of funny. That was cool. I like that dog was pretty funny. Where he kind of uses one leg to close the door, and he's going after him. I thought he's a little extra vicious. Like you guys need to do something with that dog. You need to get him trained a little bit better. So that was kind of cute. That was funny.
And then I think Jack Black.
Oh, Jack Black was great. No, I also didn't laugh at like the intended jokes.
Right.
I don't think,
Okay.
But I laughed at the references to the games. Like those. Things,
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Like, I laughed a lot at like the references to the games.
Right.
Like also that's funny. That's the game.
Yeah.
So that's what I laughed at. The jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a kids movie.
And it could have been better.
Yeah. This doesn't mean anything because the movie's going to do well. I mean, it's already going to do well. We already see that.
They got lucky with this one. If I'm being honest, they got lucky.
Yeah.
Because it's Nintendo.
Oh yeah, maybe that's a good point. Maybe the simple fact that there are so many nostalgic references that they can kind of lean on.
Oh, because if this was like not a Mario movie, if this was just like Illumination's new project.
Yeah,
it would have been a very whatever movie
with a lot of stuff that people don't recognize or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have the opportunity to cash in on the fan service.
Yeah,
then it would have been probably would have been very all right.
Yeah, and again, I think it's cool that people can watch it, enjoy it. And they can, and they have something. I think it's good to find something you can enjoy about the movie, as opposed to finding something you can tear down or pick this movie apart about. Again, just from my perspective, I'm trying to think like if I were to watch something that I was very nostalgic about, and then if I saw it in this kind of setting, would that be good enough? Would I just want to see and this is kind of a cheap shot, so I apologize. It's just easier to say it. If there were a bunch of member berries for me to watch, would that be good enough for me to say I like it? If there's enough, or if they're done the right way, is that a good enough excuse for me to say this is a good movie or I like this movie? Or would I have to say I like the member berries, but the movie still was just kind of so-so?
Yeah. I think it's important to try to separate it, because overall, for me, it was fun.
Yeah, and that's what it really boils down to.
Yeah, and I did enjoy it, but would I watch it again for like the story or how funny the jokes were or great setups?
Yeah,
probably no.
Yeah, no way.
But I would. But seeing how much fun the girls had watching the movie, that made like good memories
that much
for
better.
me.
Yeah, now I get that.
It was cool. So I like that just for that. But for sure, it's definitely not the best movie.
Yeah.
But it is fun.
I think it helps though that this is like the first. I mean, obviously there's an animated movie or show, right? And then there's the live action movie too. But this is more so the first of this, I think. This is like the first like big movie for Super Mario. Like there aren't a lot of like other movies that it's trying to copy. It's not like The Force Awakens copying The New Hope, a movie copying another movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a little bit different, I think, when it comes to that kind of like member berries. If they made a part 2 of Mario and then didn't try to push the story forward and rely heavily on the member berries from the games, then I could see there being a problem. But I think for the first outing, I think this is a very safe movie that catered very well to the fans. You know what I mean?
So that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it's very safe. It's funny because I mean, as far as like video game adaptions, because this is one of them, right? Technically, like it's probably the better.
I will agree with as well. I was going to mention that as well. I will agree with that 100%. As far as like video game adaptions are concerned, this is probably one of the better ones because a lot of them just are garbage. They're really not good. Most of them are terrible. This was by far one of the better ones, 100% easily.
Same year as Last of Us. So I don't know.
Say it again.
I Last of Us, I'm okay with.
I know a couple people that said they were kind of okay with the series. I liked the series. Again, we're getting a little off topic, but I like the series in the sense that I think there was a lot of good writing on it. Like that, certain episodes are really good. How true it was to the game, it not in some areas it was not. I don't think necessarily the character choices were the best, but
I mean, as far as adaptions, like pretty good adaptions.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good for as far as an adaptation of the game original content. But I mean, Mario was just was more fun. Like I just had more of a good time.
But if we were gonna get movies and shows that were based on video games, like the translations, I think it's a little better. Like for both Mario and
Last
of Us. I think. They did,
they're top tier of the video game
of that world
because for a long time they've like we were just saying for a long time they've been bad. And these we got 2 that were really good within this year. So
that's true.
Any of them award winning? Probably
not.
But
no, Last of Us will win some awards. I feel pretty confident. Last of Us, I think so. I think they'll get an Emmy
as far as
or 2.
cinema. Yeah, I guess because I didn't come on Last of Us. But as far as cinematography goes, it was.
I think some of their stories were really they were just very good stories. They were done well. I think a lot of people took notice again with The Last of Us in that third episode where with Nick Offerman and all that kind of his character. That was very removed from the video game, but it was just good storytelling. It was just a good story.
Right.
So I think they'll get props for that reason. Are they going to get props like we're going to give you a best adaptation award? Well, Hollywood probably would, but the fans are going to say like, eh.
Yeah. But I mean but I feel like though, and as much as I love as well as that episode by itself is great.
Right.
It like as far as it tying into the whole series, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't tie in at all. So that takes me out of it, I think.
Really?
So I think as a full series, very disjointed.
Right.
Very disjointed.
Yeah, and I completely get that. I'm just thinking if this series is going to turn something into the Emmys to be like, this is our nomination. Yeah. If they turn that in, I think the Emmys are going to look at that and say that's pretty good. And
I get it. Yeah.
Get a reward for
I
it.
understand. I understand the reason behind it. But
Right.
I think it's never mind.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But yeah, so I was a little. Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that you didn't like. But now that I'm realizing you're not a huge Mario fan, that
it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm really just trying to think. There wasn't. I mean, other than like I said, the artwork, the art, and the voice actors. Like, I mean, was there anything really great about it other than the nostalgia? The member berries is the right term to use, but
we'll keep using it.
The nostalgia factor.
Yeah,
I get that. I mean, that's fun and good. Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean like the story was necessarily good.
Yeah, no,
that's true. And then again, the ending, like you were saying, with everyone coming out of the woodwork and applauding them, they're trying to tie. They're forcing
their city is destroyed by mushrooms and giant turtles.
And like, how long did this whole thing last? Like 15 minutes, if that, between the giant turtle monsters showing up. Yeah. I thought of something when I was watching that too. I don't know why I thought of that. Like if the Ninja Turtles were watching this, they would be offended. I don't know why I thought of that. If the Ninja Turtles are watching this,
he doesn't represent us.
Right? They'd be like, no, he's just trying to live his life. I feel like
he's just a bad seed.
I feel like they would have his side. He's like, okay, so you take he goes into 8 worlds, right? The very first Mario World. He goes into 8 worlds. He rescues the princess 8 times. Clearly, maybe the princess wants to be there. Maybe you're, Mario, get off her back. Leave Koopa alone. I'm taking the turtles' perspective.
Just thinking of the turtles.
Yeah. Anywho.
Interesting. Yeah.
We got to edit that out.
No. That's staying in there.
We're live.
We have no control over it. The producers handle all that. I'm going to keep everything in there. But yeah.
We're streaming live.
Interesting. Yeah.
We're streaming live.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Mark.
Yes.
So, and this isn't a jab.
Here we go.
You know it is.
For me to say it's not
I'm
a
not
jab.
racist, but
it's a jab.
It's one of those.
Let me get the Sword of Omens.
Well, why do you got both weapons? I have a freaking nothing over here.
I know. That's perfect.
You can grab the
Do I have both weapons? Oh, the gun.
I just throw the Smirnoff at you. I'm sorry that we have Smirnoff here. I apologize.
We use it for cleaning, right? Is that what we're...
So you weren't able to. It wasn't enough to carry you through this movie, right?
The nostalgia,
or
just the whole thing.
What they did have wasn't enough to make it a good movie for you,
right?
So,
go for it.
What did Thor Ragnarok have that made you carry it through?
It's always Thor and Ragnarok.
It always goes back to that. It was funny
because I'm the. Okay, so maybe your sense of humor then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny.
That makes sense.
Like again, again, the Love and Thunder, they did it way too much. They went overboard. But that third
Galaxy
one,
too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Galaxy, but that was just I think that movie was not good all the way through.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, but with Ragnarok, I appreciated the humor because it was I don't want to say paced better. It wasn't as just over the top compared to Love and Thunder. Like Love and Thunder, everything was just joke. Ragnarok was at least joke,
something happened.
Something happened. Joke, joke, joke. You know, it wasn't as bad as Love and Thunder by a long shot, in my opinion. But Ragnarok, it was humorous to me. I found it funny. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because like for like everybody knows this, but for me, like Ragnarok is
your favorite movie.
is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Compared to Love and Thunder, though, where would you?
I mean, they're both in the same category to me because to me it just feels like joke, 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 and like, and it's not my sense of humor either. It's very not my sense of humor at all. So I'm wondering why Mario carried me through, even though the story wasn't good.
Yeah.
But Ragnarok carried you through, even though
that's what I'm wondering too.
Even the story in Ragnarok, I thought was nothing either. Like, there's no story in that movie either to me. So. Yeah, I wonder. It's got to be a taste thing.
Maybe, yeah. Because that would be my question to you. Because typically you're pretty good about spotting something that doesn't have a good story, and you're like, that's not a great story, or that's not, whatever. So I'm not for it. But you are for this, and I've noticed like a couple of times there are certain things that your thumbs up on. Yeah. We talked about like Vox Machina, like that's not your typical sense of humor, but you did enjoy it, you know, and then we kind of had maybe because it's animated, maybe that's part of it too. Maybe Mario Brothers is animated, so it gets, I don't want to say it gets more of a pass, but maybe you look at it, not you, I mean just people will look at it in a different light.
True. I think it wouldn't like get a pass, but maybe it'll get points for it, you know, depending on what it is. Because I think we all recognize that the story is not good in this movie, right? Like all of us recognize it, but yet we all have different takes. Or me and you like it, we find it fun. Yeah. But we recognize the flaws. Right? Like I would buy this movie because it's a fun movie and the nostalgia.
And honestly, I think that's okay. I think it's okay for a movie to not necessarily have like a strong story, but it's still fun.
But it's also okay for you just like to, because we all agree that the story is not good. We were like, okay, yep. You're right, but because we like Mario so much, like it's still gonna be.
It was enough to keep us entertained. So for even though Ragnarok had a horrible story, because it was funny to you, it carried you through. Right. So that makes sense. But I mean, it also comes down to like what it's based on, right? Like Mario, like this felt like just another game in the Mario world. Like I feel like this could be a storyline for one of the games. Like none of the games have like engaging storylines.
So it's like loosely based off one of the games actually, like the whole Mary thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. And then, wasn't that the recent one on Switch?
Yeah, I think Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey, yeah. So that's right. Yeah, but like, there's never an engaging story in a Mario game. It's like a Mario game. You know, you just jump on turtles and you throw shells and you throw fireballs and you turn the cats. You know what I mean? So
you turn the cats.
You turn the cats.
Tanuki Mario.
Tanuki Mario.
And the Mario Kart.
Yeah, like for Thor Ragnarok,
pretty every day.
Like that was based on like Avengers Disassembled, where Thor dies and like Asgard gets destroyed and brought to Earth.
You're more offended
It's a very serious, big story. And
I think the name was taken, and that was it. I don't think they took anything from that.
There wasn't a Ragnarok comic book, but it was based loosely on Disassembled and like Siege and that kind of era of comic books, which were like the best era of Marvel for me.
Do you think that's what Thor Ragnarok was based on?
Yeah, it was based heavily on Avengers Disassembled. Yeah. Yeah, very like the storylines, like what happens in both storylines are similar. The fall of Asgard and all that kind of stuff that happens very similar. There's no Thor Ragnarok titled comic book. Yeah, but it's based on Disassembled.
I mean, they dealt with the Ragnarok in
what's up?
Similar to WandaVision, like getting pieces.
Yeah, getting pieces. Yeah, exactly. So to be completely opposite of the source material, that shakes me a little bit. I think like with Vox Machina. It's not based on anything, so I guess I can take it for what
other
it
than
is.
their games or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's just an observation, I guess. But I guess I can't be selective about, I guess, how I enjoy things. But I think I'm strict with comic books because of how much I love comic books.
Right, that's cool. That's cool.
But
I mean, the bottom line is, like we were just saying, if you enjoy it, then I don't want you to feel like. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to defend it. You know, even anybody that's listening right now or watching right now. If you liked and enjoyed the movie, please do not get defensive about it just because, one person on the show, probably the smarter and more handsome person on the show, decided didn't care for it. But honestly, I would. And again, I think because the movie looked so great, I would consider watching it again, just so I could watch it in 3D. Like if it, when it came out on cable or whatever, I don't know if I would be like, oh, let me go sit down and watch it. But like I said, I think it would look great probably to watch it in 3D. But I would only be watching it just to see what it looked like, not because I cared or whatever.
Yeah.
About anything.
Yeah.
And again, there were some cool moments. And again, I get the whole. I'm not going to say I get it on the level that you guys do, but I get the nostalgia part because I loved it at the beginning when they did the rap song and the high pitched Mario voice and they talked to the guy. Yeah, it's great to talk like that. Yeah. I do get it, and I don't know. Maybe if I saw something like if that made sense as far as the story is concerned, I'm trying to think if I were to see that throughout the whole entire thing, if I would be. Thumbs up with it or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to go in circles though. But did you guys have anything else that you did not like about it, or
other than what's your name, Queen's
Anya?
Gambit?
Yeah, Anya
voicing. Yeah.
What was it about that you guys didn't like? Was it just like?
I don't know. For whatever reason, it didn't stand out compared to everybody else.
It felt lazy to me.
Like, what does Peach's voice sound like?
It wasn't how it just didn't fit for me for some reason.
I'm trying to think. Maybe it was. I'm trying to think if it was the character itself. Like maybe something with Peach's character. Was she? She wasn't. I don't know. She wasn't too something. She wasn't too.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like Peach's story. Like they're gonna play that game and make the story. But
they kind of justified her. Being,
I like that he had to learn from her because she was in this world.
And she had to learn. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. She had to learn.
Yeah.
She didn't just.
But all that stuff. It was just her voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just annoying to me. I didn't like it.
I think it wasn't
because
so
I'm
much
not looking at her, not seeing her. Maybe that's what it is. But
it wasn't so much like how her voice sounded. I don't know. There was something about
it was for me. I'm sorry. Let me make that. It was exactly that.
Maybe, I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe that was part of it. Because I was going to say it was something with the voice acting, but maybe it was the voice. I don't know. I don't know. But for whatever reason, it didn't resonate with me the way the other voices did.
I just connected it. Who she reminded me? She sounded like she reminded me of the blonde chick from Scary Movie.
Anna Faris?
Yeah. Sorry, Anna.
Anna? Oh, is it Anna?
Yeah,
okay.
She is like Anna.
She reminded me of that. Like
really?
I don't know what it was. Like it was like her voice kept coming up. It's the way she was saying certain things in Peach's form. I don't know why it kept coming. I was like, why is this like annoying me right now? Why is this so annoying?
Yeah.
And I just connected it. It was like I find her voice annoying.
Maybe it sounded to you similar to something you're not a fan of.
Yeah, it's a personal thing. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I don't dislike Anya or Anna, either one of them, I suppose.
No, they are great.
As Trent would say it.
Yeah.
No, I mean I didn't. It didn't even occur to me.
Okay, so that didn't even
another voice in the machines to me. But
okay.
Yeah, they stood out.
I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, that we both kind of thought that. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I don't even know what it means. I can't even give you anything.
Of blackness.
Certain percentage of blackness.
You had a little bit more.
Right?
25?
25%. Yeah. So
no.
If you were 33, you would be set.
If you're at least 26,
at least a 30.
Yeah,
you would have felt it.
You would have gotten it.
Like,
I don't want to get into the implications of why a couple of more pure-blooded black guys didn't like a white girl's voice, but all right.
Hey, there's nothing
black to dip into that, but
no, it's a whole nother podcast, man.
Yeah, it's a whole other. Yeah, let's keep it clean.
All right, so what was the rating on Rotten Tomatoes? Do you remember?
I believe it was. I swear I want to say like 95. No, I take that back. 96.
96
is
for
the audience score.
Audience score? Okay.
Yeah, the critics 56.
56 for critics, really?
56 for critics.
Wow.
I thought it was lower.
But they're probably critics. They may be looking at it from that standpoint, like the same standpoint as I am, as opposed to you guys, if you don't mind me saying, are clearly like you're fans of the original stuff, and you're probably the way a lot of the audience is probably looking at it. Like, oh, there's that. That's cool. And we don't have a lot of Mario movie products out there. So, I mean, if they had been like dropping Mario stuff like every, 5 years, by the time you saw this movie, it's like, oh, we've seen that. We've seen that. We've seen that. And you get to see it all right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the last one was what, like 30 years ago? Last Mario movie?
Right, yeah.
What'd you find?
What'd you find? What'd you find?
Sorry. Yeah. That's all. That's.
What do you give it?
Yeah. What do you give it?
I might give it a percentage. I'm gonna say 76.
Okay.
I'm going to be pretty generous and say 76.
Actually,
that's
pretty
me.
good.
That's me trying to be nice. Actually, that's me trying to be nice.
What if you're not being nice?
Now 76 is really good.
76
is like a little bit better than passing.
That's a high score for me.
That's a very high score for Trent.
Yeah,
Trent probably doesn't even give this a 76.
And
I love this movie. I give it a 70.
Is that a C? That's a solid C.
It's a solid C.
Yeah, 76.
That's
but see, that's now that I think about it, like I said, the cool things were the voice act, in my opinion, the voice acting and the animation.
Because I was actually going to give it a 70.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm actually leaning more towards the 70 right now. But
70,
what do you guys give it then?
Like a C minus.
Yeah, I was probably at a 75, 70,
really?
78 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even with all but you guys did like it and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, but we also recognize the flaws.
So you're taking points away for the subpar.
Which is I mean, you should. Like overall it is a movie, right? Yeah. And I mean,
but in my opinion though, and again, it's just maybe how people decide to watch movies, but if you enjoy a movie, that I shouldn't say that's, the bottom line, but that's a real factor. If you like a movie and you watch it and you enjoy it and you had a good time with it, then give it a good score. Then
no, I mean I enjoyed it a lot, but I'm not rushing back to watch it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, a second time, it loses its luster because I already know the references. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's nothing new.
Okay,
to get
I
from
see.
it,
I
you
see.
know what I mean?
see.
So
it's like that one hit, and since you know what's coming,
so you see it and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, okay, that was cool. Now I'm gonna get on with my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Like,
I know that's cool. I get it.
Even as a fan, because I don't think I've ever played other than like maybe the N64 Super Mario N64.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. Yeah, that's probably the only one that I played more than once. The rest of the Mario games I probably played one time through. Even Odyssey, Galaxy, which I loved, I played it one time through. You know what I mean? So, like, there's not really a lot of reason to go back and play it again when it's the same. You know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same part with the movie. Like, it was fun, a lot of references, but it loses that appeal because you know it's coming.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I agree. I think I did like it. I liked it this first time, and I'm going to continue to watch it over and over again because my kids love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
So I don't know. I might not get sick of it, but I also recognize like what I look in movies and why I think they're like, they're like I can rewatch them. So I'm always based on that too.
Yeah.
Like I tell you guys, I watch Breaking Bad like every year. I watch Haunting a Hill House every year because there are things that I learn from it every time I watch it. There's things I take away from it, maybe things I didn't watch before. Trigun I watch almost every year, or different animes. And like Mario's is just like it is good for that one time I got to watch it. But yeah, for sure. Guarantee if I watch it like 3-4 more times, I'm gonna get annoyed. Yeah. But it was fun. It was a good ride. It was a good little roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I go on that same one, and I know what to expect.
You know where the loops are at.
I know where the drops are now.
Yeah.
So.
And they're kind of setting up a sequel, or they.
And I'm cool. I'm fine with that.
It's
I'm
a
down.
very weak kind of setup, but they kind of make it seem like there's a sequel that's possibly coming down the pipe. So
yeah.
You guys looking
Pun
forward
intended?
to that? Oh,
yeah.
pun intended. Yes.
I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah, you guys thumbs up on a sequel.
Yeah, see Yoshi.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm assuming there's still a lot of
there's a
nostalgia
lot of
stuff to pull out. So
and they could bring back other characters.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So there's that. So
I'm sure there's a Luigi's Mansion situation at some point they could do if they wanted to. Yeah, there's tons of stuff they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Super Mario Sunshine. That was a good one.
Oh yeah,
That was a good one. Sorry, yeah.
Actually, out of all the games I played, most of them, or almost all of them, I have not played Sunshine.
Oh, that's a good one. It's fantastic. Anyway,
check that out.
Yeah,
Mario Sunshine.
yeah. So that's what we give it. Yeah.
Cool. 76.
Man, see, I don't even know I can give it a higher score. And like I said, that was me being nice. And maybe I might go 70 as well. Maybe 71. Like I said, it wasn't terrible.
No, I don't think 70 is a terrible score though.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I can watch
so. It's passing. Yeah,
it's passing. It's like, I know what's wrong with it, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the ride.
Right.
Like that's how I see like a C.
Yeah,
it's like you did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it a fail.
Bare minimum. You guys did good.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, now that I think about it that way, I might give it a 75 then. I'm gonna raise it up because I don't think it was like barely. Like you barely pass. I don't think it was that bad, but I wouldn't give it anything like, oh shit, you got to go watch it kind of thing.
Maybe our rating system is different.
Our rating system's all over
because I'm
the
looking
board.
at 70 as glass half full. Like it's 70 is like
it's cool.
Good.
Yeah,
it's cool to be a 70. I think it's cool to be a 70, right?
Yeah,
it's better to be a 75 and 76,
right?
Yeah, but I don't get on a curve though, so I'm pretty.
Yeah, what was your score? What did you give it?
I think a 75. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
75.
yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty high for me too. 75. So I'm trying to remember the last time I gave anything an 80.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Stingy.
Sandman, we got a 90. That was the highest thing.
Yeah, Sandman, you gave it a pretty. Sandman, you were like in the.
I gave it a 90. I
was gonna say that was pretty high up there.
There was a lot of forced.
Actually, I didn't look about it, but it was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Forced.
So anyway, that's our talk about Super Mario then, huh?
Yes. Yeah. That's it.
All right, cool. Let's very quickly get into what we into this week.
Cool.
I am watching. There is a new show on Amazon Prime. I don't know how new it is. Maybe it's like 3 weeks out, called The Power.
Oh, I saw the it was in my list of
it's pretty good. I've only seen three episodes. There's a fourth that's out right now. In a nutshell, for whatever reason, and I guess their justification is it's just basic evolution, is young girls that are teenagers, somewhere around puberty, 13 and up, I believe, are developing powers. They're all developing the same power. It's the power of electricity, essentially.
Okay.
And they
also literally power.
Yes, literally. Yeah. They're making it real simple to say everybody gets what's going on.
Yeah.
But they're kind of making it sound like it's just an evolutionary kind of situation. It's an adaptation out of necessity kind of thing. And I mean, and we can go, I'm not trying to get anything political, but girls have always been victims in some form or another, especially young girls. So
that's not political.
Yeah, it's to my yeah.
But yeah,
some people are gonna look at it. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. So girls have developed this power essentially out of necessity. Not all of them have it, but a lot of them do, and it's starting to spread like crazy. So it's the concept, I think, and I believe it's based on a book, I want to say, but I think the concept of it is very cool. Like, what would happen if young girls that are, victimized, sexualized, blah, 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 if all of a sudden now they have the upper hand? It's very, it doesn't seem like it's that uncommon of a concept to bring up.
Yeah.
No, I feel like there have been stories like that.
Yeah.
And it's been, it's worked out cool. That sounds like a cool concept.
Yeah. I can't think of anything. But I do like the concept of like seeing some girl power, so to speak, shows that are out there, which is cool. But yeah, it's interesting so far. It's like the world's starting to adapt or starting to realize, they've just realized like this is something that's going on. So I still need to watch the next episode. But I'm looking forward to checking that out. The other thing that I'm watching is I was talking about on the last show, High and Low.
Oh, yeah.
They are basically like the Marvel universe in the sense they've got maybe just condensed it down to like maybe a fourth of that. So there are, instead of being like 28 movies, I think there's about, I want to say like 7 or 8 movies with this. And again, it's great. It's the underprivileged kids that are tough and strong, fighting the corporate blah blah blah, trying to take over their town. If anybody has ever seen this, going back to the 80s, like Breakin' or Electric Boogaloo, whatever those movies were, where they're gonna try to take the rec center. We gotta unite. It's one of those movies, just with fighting in it.
Guys are buying the mountains.
Exactly.
So we can't
It's one of those movies,
and
they stretch it out for 8 movies. Bless their hearts. But it's a fun watch though, man. Okay. It's just a lot of punching and and then the heartfelt. Why are you doing this? You're right. We were wrong. But it's good. High and Low. Check it out on Netflix, everybody. High and Low.
Very cool. Very cool. Jay?
Since I last came, a lot. So let's start with games.
Let's ask this. Did you watch Trigun Stampede?
I did.
Okay.
Actually, man. So very torn because it's such a weird adaptation, but I like that there's like a lot more detail within that series. Mm-hmm. I like how they were able to bring characters they weren't able to bring in from the series or from the manga.
Okay.
Into the new show.
Okay.
So that was cool. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then, but when I was watching it, I was like, this is another anime. This is not Trigun. Yeah. This is a whole different anime.
Right.
But of course, I compared it to the original.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the tone for the original was like Vash was always struggling for, making sure not to kill anyone. And in the end, that became like, ironically, it was the reason why everyone was dying. Mm-hmm. So he would try his best not to kill people, and everyone died because of it. So like in the end, he had to figure out his own path and his own way. So like the build up from then, even though like in the old one, they didn't do it good. I feel like they could have done more with it, but I enjoyed it so much. Like I always got something out of it every time I watched it.
Yeah.
But I wish they had more episodes. I wish they had more time.
Yeah, the first one only had the one season, so I mean
they only had the 26 episodes.
Yeah,
so it's hard to cram everything in there. But you could see where they were going, and it was like, I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I loved how like he killed someone for the first time, and how much that affected him, and like he like screamed. It was nuts. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought that was like that always got me. And then there was the different twist in terms that you didn't see that. They just gave up in Trigun Stampede. Like his arm, for example, was robotic, and you didn't know that the entire time. At least I didn't know that. You didn't know he was a plant, but then you figure out, like in the end, here and there, like, oh, he's a plant. But you start piecing it together because they didn't tell it really well. But you start piecing it together. Oh, he's one of the plants in the other one. But I didn't know he had one of the things that they would say is everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail of bodies behind, right? That was one of them. They kept repeating in the show. And the other one was he can get out of any situation, no matter how bad it is, and you didn't know why. And whenever he had his back to the wall, like there was a bunch of enemies, it was like, and he didn't have his gun, it was like, oh, what is he gonna do? How's he gonna get out of this situation? And then they'll go off screen, come back, oh, he got out of it somehow, and you don't know why. You're like, why? And then you see why, and he has another gun that was hidden, and his arm is freaking robot. That blew my mind. The first time I saw that, I was like, what? He had a different gun. His arm is, I don't know, man. I loved it. I actually like both of them.
Yeah, right on.
But I like, the old one more, obviously. Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens on Trigun Stampede.
Yeah, it seems like they're setting up a second one, so. Yeah. I was just curious, you were going to talk about games?
Oh yeah, so games, still playing Dead Space. I'm actually more bored from this game than I did than I thought I was going to be. I'm just like running errands the entire time. I didn't notice this. I was like, is that what I'm doing? I got to press this button. I got to press this button. Then I got to go over here, do this, and I got to do that. But it's still fun. I love it. I bought Resident Evil 4, the newer one. Still haven't played it because I want to get through Dead Space first. Yeah. And I have Last of Us in the queue, but me and Jess are still finishing because she wants to watch it. Yeah, so we're watching that, and yeah, there's more, but don't have enough time.
Yeah, for sure. I caught up on. I rewatched Dave up to season 2, up to now this.
Oh, you rewatched it?
3 episodes into the new, or 2 episodes into the new season. Third one's coming out this week. So I'm excited for that. But I don't want to watch it like I wanted to be at home in front of the TV.
Yeah, no distractions.
Because I watched the first 2 seasons again, kind of like on my phone when I was at work and here and there when I had time. Like now, I want to watch the new season like fully invested because Dave is like it's
good.
One of the best shows, man. Yeah, I always rewatch that episode where he's in the sensory deprivation tank and he like has to kill his own ego. Man, he is so his writing is so damn smart, man.
Is that why you did the whole?
That's part of it. I was hoping that would happen. Yeah, I was hoping that would happen. I was like,
let me get some of that.
Yeah, let me get some of that.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a TV show.
Yeah. It
doesn't work that fast.
I need to go meet my own ego, become friends with him so he can give me all the ideas so I can write a masterpiece. But it didn't happen. I was just splashing around in the dark. So.
Or be Nega Scott and you guys go get pancakes.
Or that, yeah. So super excited for that. I finally started watching season 2 of Attack on Titan.
Season 2.
Wait, rewatching it or
no? Starting. I only watched the first season.
Oh wow,
yeah.
This guy.
I kind of had to like watch a few episodes here and there to kind of remember what happened. I just really remember Annie turned into the crystal and they're like So I remember that for sure. I was like, okay, that's where I left off at. So I started season 2.
I don't know why they've stopped. They've stopped showing Attack on Titan. They started showing like 2 or 3 episodes and they stopped.
Really?
So we're back in. Fucking whatever the fucking
so
fuck.
We didn't even know where it's gonna. Oh, okay.
Right, like wrap it up already. Jesus.
I know we're gonna cover it, so I have like 3 seasons I gotta watch, probably, right, give or take.
Yeah.
So,
shoot, I gotta rewatch.
I need to get on that.
I got time to rewatch.
And then I hope this doesn't start anything with you, Mark.
It's gonna
the
start
last thing, because we're starting to get over time here.
I don't even know what it is.
I just gotta say it. I'm starting to get your sense of humor and what you enjoy.
Okay.
Because I watched Sebastian Maniscalco, one of his stand-ups.
Okay, yeah.
It was I Hate People or Some People or...
It wasn't his latest one, I assume,
I don't think so.
Not 2022 or 2023.
He was in like a...
Was he wearing
Italian
a tuxedo?
gentleman that was in Super Mario.
A sweater, like wearing a sweater or a sweater
kind of
vest.
Like vest.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, that's one of his early ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that one and I was okay with it. There's some things that made me laugh, but like, but some of it was like very like he's very animated, but kind of
very
more,
animated. Yeah.
And like this is not a jab at you, but I think my dad maybe would enjoy his humor a little bit more because he's a little more slapsticky, a little more. That kind of style.
I take that as a compliment. You just compared me to your dad? That's a fucking compliment.
I was trying to make it worse. I'm like,
yeah, right?
You want to take that, Mark?
Thank
and that's
you.
not like that's not a dig. It's not a dig at all at age or anything, but like I think that's
I don't take it that
might
way
be a
at all.
generational thing. I think it's like I feel like
I mean he seems like he's an older guy too. I don't know how old he is exactly. But
he's in his 60s, but like my dad.
No, I meant the Sebastian.
Yeah, he's probably I'm sure I imagine he's late 40s at least.
At least,
yeah. 50s, yeah. But that's like that slapsticky kind of style of humor is not really my thing.
Man, that guy is hilarious.
I want to watch. There's like 4 of them on Netflix.
What are you talking about?
I want to watch it. But yeah, I want to watch a few more of his to see a little bit more. But yeah, he's a little bit over the top slapsticky for me, and that kind of that over exaggeration kind of humor isn't really my thing.
But in my opinion, I don't think that's what makes him funny. It's just a bonus on what is already funny. Like if he didn't if he wasn't so animated, I think he would still be hilarious. I think he would still be funny.
Yeah, there's one where I laughed out loud. He was talking about how people would try ice cream flavors, and then he was like, because he says like I don't go in and try every single flavor and hold up the whole line. He's like if I get the matcha flavor and it tastes like shit, I fucked up. Right. And that's it.
And I get that because that's my mentality. I rolled the dice. That's what I got. That's what it is.
So I laughed out loud when I saw that part. So he has some funny parts, but I think just overall, his style and delivery is a little bit outside of my style of humor. But I do appreciate it. And I watched it because you recommended it.
He's 49.
I wanted to see 49. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I watched it because you recommended it. And I wanted to give it a shot. Yeah. So. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. But yeah, is that it?
That's it.
All right, we did it. Let's cut this short because I got to edit this crap and it's getting longer and longer.
What are you talking about? You love it.
You love the process.
Hey,
You love the process.
he loves the process. This type of sausage gets made, kids.
At the risk of being honest with the audience,
That
let's end this episode.
Just
So
shut
anyway,
up
thanks for tuning
smile. Smile and wave, boys.
Thanks for
Smiles
tuning in
and
to this
wave.
week's episode. If you guys have anything to say about Super Mario, shoot us a message. Let us know what you guys thought about it. If you guys agree with our takes or if you disagree. If you disagree, let's fight about it.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Otherwise, you can check us out everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on our audio still comes out on Stitcher and Apple and Spotify.
And we're in your dreams.
All the greats.
We're in your hearts.
Yeah, so we're
where
all
we
over
are,
the place. Like, comment, share, do all that kind of stuff. It helps us out a lot. We're really trying to grow this thing and
send money.
That's you.
But that's
More
it.
money.
Yeah.
Do we know what we're talking about next week?
Do you know what we're talking about next week?
I do. I'm asking you if you know.
I always know what we're talking about because I make the
So
schedule.
do I. I know too. You don't
I
know.
also know what
he
we're
doesn't
doing.
know.
Next week we're talking about the new film. It's a little bit of a niche, but
Oh yes. But,
oh, now you know.
no, of course I know. I'm just trying to help you out right now. Jeez, you can't win with this guy. I'm leaving.
We're gonna be talking about the new Makoto Shinkai movie, the anime movie. Way back in our first year, talked about one of my favorite movies, which was called Your Name, a Japanese anime film. It
was great.
His new film coming out called Suzume is coming out this weekend in select theaters, limited release.
Gotta find those theaters.
Yeah, me and Mark are gonna cover it. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys-
So
are you guys going to watch it together? Let's all go.
no, me and Mark
I think we have
see
a-
each other enough, so we try to limit our outside.
just have, like,
podcast.
weird
We buy the
schedules.
same tickets. We sit in separate
Yeah, we
separate
sit-
seats.
Yeah. Mark's
Sit away
down
from
in this
each other.
corner, I'm in this corner.
Yeah,
or vice
I'll be in the
versa.
front. No.
And then I just like, hey, Mark, you see that part? That shit was funny, yo. I just yelled from the top.
I'm still laughing. Hey, shut up. No, you shut up.
So we're checking that out. If you guys want to follow along, I know it's a very niche movie, but
But it's going to be good.
Yeah. He has a very specific
You'll love
voice and narrative and animation style. I think
he's good though.
really good. Yeah, so we're pretty excited for that. I'm very excited for that.
I am not as excited, clearly, because that's your guy.
Yeah,
but I
that's your
know it's
boy.
going to be good, so I am always glad to see a good movie.
Yeah, and also I'm a bit ethnocentric because he's a Japanese man, and
here we go.
I
Here we
relate
go.
very well to that. So
Here we go.
Go Japanese,
Go
man.
Japanese.
Oh, Mr. Japanese man.
But that's what we're talking about next week. If you guys don't see it, doesn't matter. You can still check out the episode. It's going
That's
to
the
be
most
full
important
of
thing.
fun, entertaining.
More drinks.
Insightful.
Yeah.
There'll be some drinks.
Oh man,
involved.
what's that good drink?
Are we gonna do something sake
creative
related?
drink?
Yeah,
Some sake
Japanese,
related?
some sake related.
Now, yeah, we got you guys are two
I
Japanese.
guess I'll
now.
be here.
Now you'll be here.
I guess I'll be
Yeah,
here. I guess I
now.
can come for that.
Yeah,
He's gonna show up. I didn't see it. Where's the drink?
And that too.
for sure. But yeah, so we're gonna check that out and check us out.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, my name's Trent.
And I'm Mark.
I'm RJ.
I'm just back. Yay! This is the greatest podcast of all time called
Geek Off The Street. Did we do an intro last time? Yeah. Did we? I don't remember doing an intro for the last episode. Or